probably the most important subject. It's always interesting when people talk about business and ideas. One of the subjects that they always seem to not get talk a lot about is the traffic. Like, how will I get traffic,
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
my business? And that's like that is what makes a business is traffic. So that's for
Yeah,
sure,
exactly.
for sure. I just want to kind of
Exactly.
emphasize on this subject because I know whoever's listening might be like, "Well, okay, this is cool stuff," but I'm like, "Yeah, this is anything that you're Jen's saying right now. This is priceless information because this is what's going to make your application thrive or not." So yeah, this
Yeah,
is great
and
stuff.
and I'll say one thing that I've heard is not very successful. I think that's just as important as hearing some of the stuff that does work. Is people don't seem to have as much success with AdWords, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, I don't know exactly why that is. Um, but that's one thing that people have said, you know what, I wasted a ton of money on AdWords. That was just like no help at all. Now, this is something you touched on earlier with regard to marketing is keywords. Um, and even though you don't know exactly what people are searching for in the App Store, you still have to choose your keywords. You have to use your best judgment, basically, as far as your keywords go. And think in terms of, like, simplicity. Um, so you have exactly 100 characters. That includes spaces. So, that's not a lot of keywords you can fit into 100 characters. That's all that Apple allows in your keyword selection is 100 characters. And so a few things, I'll say keywords are the only things that are keeping some of my applications making money. I've got one application that helps you find coffee shops called Coffee Spot,
Hmm.
and it's only because of the keywords that are in the title of my application, like the name of my application, and the keywords that are in the little keyword field that they allow whenever you're
You
actually submitting an application.
you chose really good keywords. You're saying for it.
Yeah, I chose really good keywords. I chose keywords that I knew were going to be hit on when people are looking to find coffee, like, find coffee, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts,
Did you do
Caribou Coffee.
Did you do keyword research for it, or was that just kind of you're just shooting into the dark, or what was your way of finding the keywords?
Well, the keywords as far as exactly what people are searching for in the iTunes store, you don't have any way of knowing that for sure.
Hmm.
Because Apple doesn't publish, it's not like Google keyword tool, you know what I mean, where you can go in and see, what terms people have searched and, with what frequency and that sort of thing. You
Yeah.
just don't know for sure. So, but what I did was for the coffee category, I went in and I found competitive apps that were ranking highly, and I looked at what would pop up when I typed in certain keywords. So the keywords that brought up the really popular apps, I tried to use those same keywords because
Awesome.
they
Yeah.
were working for those other applications.
You can see the
Um,
downloads. You can see that's pretty good stats
exactly.
is to see the downloads. Type in a keyword and see the downloads that show
Yeah,
up on number one. Yeah,
exactly.
that's great.
How many reviews do they have? If they, don't have many reviews, and that's showing that people aren't really downloading it much. So the keywords, there's two things to know about keywords. Um, they are collected from the title of the application. Well, I'll say Coffee Spot is one of my apps that lives on keywords. Another one of my apps that lives on keywords is um, a application that has a bunch of Yo Mama jokes, you know, and so I've got a bunch of keywords in there that people are looking for when they're looking for jokes. But anyway, so the way that you really can dial in and optimize keywords for the App Store is in the title of your application. So, like, instead of just saying Coffee Spot for the Coffee Spot application, I said Coffee Spot, the ultimate or, the ultimate way to find coffee like Starbucks. And so I've got two sets of main keywords that people are looking for in the App Store: find coffee and Starbucks within the title of my application. So I think a lot of people don't want to have a really long title for their application, but that's not doing you any good. I mean, even if it looks really bad in the App Store, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's not what it's going to look like on people's phones. It just looks like that in the App Store. So as many keywords as you can load into that title of your application, the better, is my point.